Hello guys! Today we are starting our free online conference Web Promo SEO Day. During the day we will try to talk and discuss how SEO changed over the last couple of years, how it evolved and what it turned out to. We will try to see and we'll ask our speakers about what strategies and what techniques work today for you to use them and to implement for your websites and achieve results. I know from the comments that you are eager to start, and we will start in just a minute. But first I would like to mention our sponsors, companies without whom our today's conference wouldn't happen. So this is great companies such as Ahrefs, SEMrush, Digital Bee, Digital Future, and of course Template Monster. So if you have any questions during the presentation, please use the comments to ask them. We will translate them to the speakers and then we'll do their best to answer them. And we will start our day of the presentation with the first presentation from me. I am the media strategist at media company Digital Bee, and we will try to talk about how SEO changed over the last couple of years, what it turned out into, and how the transition from extensively used black techniques came to the usage of white techniques. So let's start. First of all, we have to clearly understand that starting with April 2012, SEO changed enormously. We all know that prior to 2012, the most efficient technique that was used by all of the SEO specialists all over the world was just the acquisition of links. And when I say acquisition, I mean usually it was the purchase of links on websites all over the web in order to increase the rankings of the website. Of course, it was step by step complicated by the additional requirements for Google, for the websites, for them to be more relevant, for internal optimization, so on and so on. But again, in 2012 changed the approach to the rankings. Google started giving more weight to the quality of the website, to the content of the website. So-called animals like panda and penguin came into our life, and they changed the approach to how SEO is done today. So when we look at the structure of our SEO strategy, we have to remember that there are a set of layers which form a pyramid, which should be implemented step by step on your website for you in order to achieve the results. We will try to go through them one by one to see what is important and what should be used and how for you to achieve the results. And at the end, we will try to compare two different cases of different approaches. One of those 2012 approaches with the extensive usage of backlinks and how it all turned out, and the approach of white hat SEO and how it worked out for the customer. So, first of all, where does the SEO start? If we are talking about the question, if we are trying to answer the question, do we need SEO at all? It first lies in the field of putting the goals, configuring the goals for your website, what you want to achieve with it, and what your business goals are efficiently. So in order to answer the question whether you need SEO, I would recommend for all those new guys who are in this field just to go to such tools as similarweb.com and try to do competitors research. Try to see how your competitors are doing in the organic search results, to see what amount of traffic they're getting, and actually try to answer yourself why your competitor is better than you, what gives him that edge, what gives him that additional traffic, additional customers. So later on during our conference day, the speaker from SimilarWeb will go in details about the usage of the tool, about how it can help the business to build effective SEO. Now we will start with the main idea that you have to do your homework, you have to do your competitor research to understand how your competitors are doing in terms of SEO, traffic, and so on and so forth. So after we found out that our competitors are doing better than us, we have to build the SEO strategy using all those techniques and all those steps that probably our competitors use to get the results, but also we have to think about something unique that would be relevant only for our website in order to build effective SEO strategy. Of course, the question is, and it might lie not only in the field of competitors research, but it also the strategy of your business. It is the question of what markets do you need in order to be effective. So in order to research the potential markets for your business, especially when you were operating on one market and you are trying to transfer and expand globally, you may use such tools as Global Market Finder by Google in order to see in what countries your most popular keywords are searched for. Thus, you may start outlining your SEO strategy with the putting down the markets that you would first want to move into. What you have to start with is your website and content. And if we're trying to compare the strategies that work, let's say prior to 2012, that'd be 2010, 2011, 2008. The idea of the website was that you just have to put some whatever quality that is web page on the web, to have a registered domain, to place a couple of products that you want to sell, and that was basically it. You wouldn't believe the quality of the websites that we're working with, that I personally was working with at that time, because sometimes we didn't even ask questions about what the quality of the website should be. We didn't actually care as long as it had at least something on the web for us to start backlinking, to do some very simple on-page optimization, and so on and so forth. But it changed. Now Google has very strict requirements about the quality of the website, about how should it work, about the experience that it should deliver to the customers and to the visitors of this website. If you are thinking about the specific characteristics of what a good site is, the first you have to think about the availability. The general problem for all the websites is that sometimes they are down, sometimes they are unavailable, and previously it was completely not a problem. The websites with downtime of like 5, 7, even 10%, it was perfectly okay. Google didn't care as long as it could index the website, and it didn't actually track whether the page load time is good, whether the visitor gets what he wants fast enough, and so on and so forth. Now it's changed. So you have to continuously track the availability of your website, because I personally have a very bright case of perfect website which couldn't get any rankings in Google until we saw that actually the page load time is twice as much as Google recommends, and which is general for these types of websites and for this industry. And only after we changed that, only after we optimized the page, we were able to get any rankings for that customer. If you're thinking about the content, the first question that you have to answer is what is the structure of your website. Whether you structure the information on your website logically according to what is your catalog of products or services, how do you want your experience of the visit on the website to be, how you want him or her to go through your website. Of course, we are talking about the unique content and specifically no pages with the similar content on your website, because each page has to be unique with no duplicates. And of course, we are talking about all available pages without extensive 404 error that sometimes Google can get when you have links to some pages on your website and they do not work. So this is the first question and the first point that you have to cover. Actually try to look at your website from the point of view of your customer, of the visitor of your website, and try to see what this customer is looking for and provide him what he is searching for in the best possible way. Next, we are going to the selection of keywords for promotion of your website. Of course, it also changed. Apart from changes to SEO techniques and rankings in the search results, another product from Google Analytics, and other competitor products, they also changed the approach how they provide the analytics and the statistics about the visits to your websites. It's not possible anymore to know exactly each and every one of the keywords that driven the visitors to your website. You are sometimes even fully in the dark in the terms of what keywords are converting best for you and what keywords should you target. But still, this is not the excuse not to do your job, not to try to select the best keywords. Try to think of the keywords that the customers would use. Try to think of the keywords that would be best used for conversion, not only for getting information. Try to structure them according to the structure of your website, to the pages that you have, to the products that you have, to have specifically tailored page for each of the group of keywords that you have, so that Google could specifically understand what page of your website would suit best the relevant search query. Next, if you want to get more insights about what keywords your competitors are using, to select the best keywords for yourself, of course there is the number of tools. Again, some of those will be covered by our speakers today, such as SimilarWeb, Moz. You can also use services such as Compete and SpyFu, which would help you, apart from the tools that are provided by Google, such as Keyword Planner. You would be able to use those services in order to select the keywords, get the vast number of them. Then you will have to structure those keywords according to the structure of your websites, to the pages that you have, and select best fitting page for each of the group of the keywords. And then goes the most trickiest part of the SEO nowadays. If we get back a couple of years ago and see how the SEO was performed on our market, on Ukrainian market, that was usually the approach of getting the website, putting a minimum amount of relevant text on the web page, and it didn't actually matter whether it's 1, 2, 10 pages on your website. At that time we could easily work with one page website, or just with one page of the website, like with the main page and so on. and all we were thinking of was getting the most links, the most backlinks for these websites. That's what it usually took in order to get your website to top 10, and sometimes that was even top 5 or top 3 search results. But nowadays it's changed. When you're thinking about your backlinking strategy, you have first think about the general approach to how your backlinks are gonna be acquired. So it's not just general purchasing, but you have to think about the content that people would link to. You have to think about the steady acquisition during some long period of time with no ups and downs, so that your backlink flow would be very natural. You have to think about the correlation among the keywords with brand names, with no anchor backlinks, and backlinks that are targeting the specific keywords. And when we're talking about the services that would help you do that, it's actually such services as Ahrefs, Majestic SEO, and so on and so forth, that would allow you to explore the backlinks profiles of your competitors, to see how they're doing in terms of backlinks, and what you should target in order to compete with them. So on the top of our SEO structure is the most important thing, which are the user experience of your website, brand recognition, and all those environments that your website exists in. We are talking about your social strategy, your communication in social media. We're talking about all those techniques to make your brand to make people know your brand, recognize it, and first of all, the experience on your website in terms of all those trifle things that would help a visitor on your website to find the information that he is looking for the best, the simplest, and the easiest way. So we will now go into 2 case studies and try to see the differences between the approaches of old school, I would call it that way, black hat approach to SEO, and modern white hat approach to SEO strategy. So the first one is one of our customers, one of our websites, I would say, because at that time it was not actually a customer, it was part of our own business, was Academic Writing, which is the service that provides all kinds of content for international customers. So it is the global website which targets multiple markets. The strategies that was used in order to promote this website was actually very simple. We did minimum on-page optimization. We chose like about 20-25 most popular, most competitive keywords. We selected 3 to 4 pages that would suit all those keywords, but that was actually not even required, but because all those keywords could be easily fitted into the main page. Simple on-page optimization was done in order to put the keywords in the title, description, some on-page text, and the main thing that we would want to do was getting backlinks. Totally for these websites, we were targeting, as I've said, like about 24-25 main keywords with the vast majority, with the vast amount of low search volume keywords, so a total of 240 keywords. And we actually quite fast increased the number of backlinks to 12,000 backlinks, and as you can see, the rankings for those keywords in just like there was of course the period how to say of downtime when we were ranking behind top 100 search results. That was actually longer than just a couple of days. It would be generally a couple of weeks, but then after all those backlinks started to get into index, you see how fast the results are going to come in. We were getting from 100 place, more than 100th place, to the 3rd place, 8th place in the search results, and with each day more and more keywords were getting in the top 10, up to the point when we had the majority of our keywords in top 10, top 20. But then what happened next? You might get filtered by Google. You may by some other reason to lose all your backlinks, and just as you lose all those backlinks, all your results are starting to disappear as fast as you were getting them. So that was the Black Hat SEO approach, where you can just get the backlinks, get fast results, but as soon as you lose the backlinks or get filtered by Google, you lose all those results whatsoever. Of course, we were also getting the traffic at that time when we were getting the rankings. But again, the day when we lost our rankings, we lost all the traffic that we had for our website. And it also made its impact on business, because like when we were having transactions increasing and more customers coming in, as soon as we lost our rankings, there was no way we were gonna attract those customers anymore. So the problem with the Black Hat SEO approach is that you were able to get results fast, but there were lots of risks to that, and you may lose your results even faster than you got them. And in order to compare the results of Black Hat SEO approach with White Hat, we have another case study with one of the customers that we and our partners were working with recently, where we use on the White Hat SEO approach, and the results that we received. Like, first of all, I can assure that I am a skeptic myself regarding the White Hat SEO. Believe me, I told countless of times that it in reality doesn't exist, but still there are techniques that could be used with no manipulation of backlinks and search results that can get very good results for you. So what we actually did was, over the course of 6 months and up to a year, was just a full SEO audit of the website. We tried to correct all the mistakes and errors that we had on the website with 404 pages, with duplicate pages. We tried to form our content strategy so that the addition of new content was regular, and these articles were targeting the specific niches that we wanted to promote. We started to redistribute those articles all over the web, try linking to them, try drive new visitors, participating in discussions and giving examples that led to our website. And over the course of about a year, we've got the results of, like you see, after half a year, we got a steady flow of backlinks because people started to refer to our quality content on our website. And as a result, we've got pretty good results with the visitors. Of course, as you can see, the number of new sessions dropped because more and more visitors started to return to our website once again. But this is a good thing, because in case you lose rankings over any keywords that you have in the search results, those visitors are still gonna find you because they know your website, they will come to your website, they refer other customers to your website, and thus you will be able to maintain your results regardless of what search results and what rankings you have. So, different SEO exists. I wouldn't say that Black SEO technique do not work nowadays. But if you want to invest your time and effort into the results that are steady and that are efficient in the long run, you should better watch and focus your efforts into wide head SEO, which is content, user experience, the structure of your website, and the quality of product that you deliver to your customers. Okay guys, thank you. That was all from me, and if you have any questions, we will now go into the comments and try to answer some of them.